keep coming this way. I know it is dark here. All is dark in this place. Dark and cold and damp. But do not despair. Do not lose hope. And do not stop moving. You must keep moving. Keep coming toward me. Put out your hands in front of you. You are very close now. Put your hands out. I will reach out to you and take your hands, and you can steady yourself. Yes, I can see you. I can see quite well in the darkness of this place. You are not blind. There is simply no light here that your eyes can see. There. Hold on to my hands. That's it. Just hold them and try to stand still. I will steady you. Yes, stand. Breathe. Calm yourself. I know this is a frightening place. No light to see by. No light for you, at least. No light. Cold stone underfoot. Chill, damp air. And that damnable sound of dripping water that one can never quite approach. What is this place? Well, that somewhat depends on your point of view and what you believe, or think you believe. Some would call it a hallucination. Some would call it the afterlife. Some might call it hell, and they would be closer than they would believe to the truth of it. But what it really is a stepping off point, a sort of way station. The directions you take here, the decisions you make while in this place, they do much to determine where you go from here. If indeed you leave here at all, for that is an option as well. To remain here in this dark, damp, wretched place. Who am I? I am your guide in this dark, damp, wretched place. Your eyes in the You may call me Ostrego, and I already know your name. The reasons for that are not relevant just now. Let it suffice that I know many things, including much about yourself and much about this place. All in good time, human. All in good time. I can tell you much about the place where we are now, but none of it is of great immediate importance. For now, we must begin our journey. Yes, our journey through the darkness. Really, it is your journey. I am but your guide along the way. It is up to you to choose for yourself in which direction we will proceed and which way to go from there. So choose, human. Take my hand and point me in a direction, and I shall lead you. This way, then, into the darkness ahead. I might as well tell you that the place where we are now, the place where I found you, is a large sort of chamber in this realm of darkness. Many tunnels lead out from it, toward many places. But for starting out, for simply leaving the chamber, one choice is as good as another. I will go slowly. Try to match your pace to mine, and I will see that you do not stumble. So into the first tunnel we go. Do not touch the walls if you can help it. Again, you cannot see in this darkness, but I can. And the things on the walls of this tunnel would be most unpleasant to touch, especially in the dark. Here we come to a place where the tunnel divides in two. Which one shall I lead us down? Left or right? As good a choice as the other. Onward then. Tell me, what do you remember last before your arrival here? Anything of particular note? Anything which might have been foremost in your mind at the time? Nothing you can recall? Well, do not worry about it. Something may eventually come back to you. In fact, As I told you before, I am your guide in this place, and not only a physical guide. I am here to help you navigate the darkness and this labyrinth of tunnels and chambers. But I am also here to help you make some sort of sense of what brought you here in the first place. Not everyone comes here when they die. Most do. Some don't. Those are the lucky ones. The ones whose journey into the great beyond has already been determined with such certainty that there is no need for the detour into this little way station. You, however, you are here. So it is quite apparent that some sort of uncertainty exists about where you are to go next. And that is what the labyrinth is for. It will help you decide where you go from here. But be warned, the labyrinth is not without its dangers. Many things exist in this place that are dangerous to your kind, human. Some few of them dangerous even to my kind. Yes, my kind. I am not like you, human. Stop here for a moment. We might as well get this part of the journey out of the way. I am not like you. Come closer. You have hold of my hand, which is human-like after a fashion. But it is not human. Do you feel the differences now? Feel further. Touch the rest of my body, if you will. If you dare. I will not be offended either way. With no light to see by, you must let your fingers be your eyes, and you must satisfy yourself that what you are trusting to guide you through the darkness is other than human. Do you understand me now? If you only knew how much of your fear shows in your actions, human, and also how much of your curiosity. For though you hesitate to explore my form, you do not draw back from it. I am not like you. And yet, I am like you in a way. But still, not you. Enough. We still have a long, long way to travel on this journey. Are you satisfied that I am like you, and yet unlike you? What am I? Like so many other things, so if I choose, outside of this way station. I am not an angel, though I have served in such a capacity countless times to those who perceived me as such. I am not a devil, though I have served in that capacity as well. I am many things, and yet not those things. I am other, different. Come, we must continue. As I said, human, there are things in this place which might be dangerous to your kind, and even a few which might be dangerous to me, though I am perhaps at my most powerful in this place of all places. There are other things which inhabit the way stations between life and the great beyond. Some of them, things like myself, but of lesser strength. And sometimes, rarely, but sometimes, a way station may be opened and entered into by entities of which we know very little. Something from the places between places. We try not to speak of them unless we must. And here, the tunnel opens up into another, larger chamber. And here, I must ask you a question. Do you want to go on? I do not mean in this cave. I mean, do you want to go on existing and perceiving? To keep experiencing life in some form or other? To retain your sense of self? To continue on? You do. Then we shall proceed this way. And since you have chosen thusly, and we are now safely into another tunnel, and away from that last chamber, I will tell you a thing. Though you saw and heard them not, there were things in that chamber, lurking in the mouths of the tunnels. Things which would have fallen upon you and feasted upon what passes for your flesh in this place, had you not spoken your desire to go on existing. That is one of the many threats I spoke of. As your guide in this place, I may tell you of the results of your decisions, but I cannot help guide you to them. must make your own choices in this place, human. I am but a guide. And so this tunnel ends as well. Ahead, we face another open chamber. This one has a large, flat stone in the middle of it. And on that table, there are two objects. One is a small chalice made of pure gold. Were you able to see it, human, as I do? It is a very lovely thing indeed. The other is a skull carved from a single piece of green jade and set with emeralds and rubies. As lovely and exquisite in its own way as the chalice. Which do you choose? Interesting. But with that choice, I may guide you onward. Another tunnel opens before us. We may proceed. I am curious, human. Why did you choose neither object? They did not seem of any use to you in this place. A wise and clever answer. You wish to know what hazard was waiting in that room, should you have chosen differently. No hazard. You would have continued on to some other place than this. Some place beyond. Such places it is not for me to tell you of. But your choice of neither item and your reasoning for doing so, that has resulted in a continuation of your journey. I cannot tell you that either. I can tell you, you will not face such a test again in this place. But here, in this next chamber that is now opening before us, this is one of the chambers of waiting. Here I must leave you for a time. I must proceed ahead of you to be sure that the route ahead of us is clear and safe. For I sense, at a distance, the presence of something unwholesome, not necessarily dangerous, only wrong. Here, sit down here upon the ground in the middle of the chamber. Remain here. Do not move around. Do not get up and wander. And above all, Speak of what happened to you in this chamber. That is for you alone to know. I am aware of what generally occurred, but anything that was spoken to you or done to you in the darkness, those specifics are your own secret. Something to carry with you to whatever end your fate may hold for you. Reach out your hand, human. I will place my hand into yours and help you to rise again to your feet. Come with me. There is one last path we must travel together. This way. Yes, another tunnel, but it is a short one. And beyond it, there is a bridge. Though to call it a bridge is perhaps not fully correct. It is a stone track, as narrow a path as a human may well walk. But to either side, there is only the abyss. So do take care not to stray in your step. Eternity is a long time to spend falling. Here we reach the beginning of the bridge. I will lead you out and onto it. Do not hesitate. I will not lead you astray. Simply hold on to my hand and follow me out onto the bridge. It is narrow, but there is no wind to unbalance you, and no light to show you the gaping depths of the gulf below. So follow me. Feel no fear. We will proceed out stillness. Let those sounds clear your mind. For when we reach the far side of this narrow stone path, this bridge over the gulf of oblivion below, you will be faced with one final choice. I will tell you when we reach the other side, for it is there that you will make the choice that fate has placed before you. Let us proceed. And at last, we are back upon the broad stone of the labyrinth proper, no longer moving precariously across a thin ribbon of stone over unknowable depths. One last tunnel to enter and traverse, and one final chamber to enter. Know, human, that all the choices you have made since arriving here have led you to this outcome. Each decision made by you, each thing chosen or rejected, all of that has led you here, to this chamber. In the middle of this chamber, there is a door. A door which only you can open. A door which only you can pass through. And where it leads depends on one final choice you must make. For it leads to the future, your future, to eternity. In your own mind, in your heart, in your very soul, you must decide how you will spend that eternity. Do not tell your decision to me. I do not wish to know. I am merely your guide to this point. But your guide no further than here. Have you made your choice, human? Then I shall perform my last act as your guide through these nighted catacombs. I will guide you forward and place your hand upon the handle of the door. Feel the cold shape of it beneath your hand. Feel it turn, moving in absolute silence. Perceive, with all those senses still left to you in this dark place, the door and pass through the doorway into